What's up, Jefferson Multimedia? It is time for us to start editing video with the Adobe Creative Cloud. We are going to work with Adobe Premiere Rush. Really simple program. I'm really liking how it works so far. I usually teach video editing by working with sports videos because it's the best way to teach how to split a video, how to trim out and delete the boring parts, how to add transitions or crossfades or cross dissolves between your shots, and how to make stuff just look and sound great. So we're starting with, surprise, volleyball. If you've had me before, this is usually where I begin. So the first thing I will need you to do, I have 2 flash drives on my desk. They're little guys that look like this. PNY is the name brand if you're into that kind of thing. And you're looking for the file called Volleyball Game 1. What I want you to do is put the flash drive in, go down to the bottom, look for this file folder thing, click on it, and then once you're there, you are looking for the flash drive. It will be over here in your files. I've named them both Jeff Media. Double click on Jeff Media if it's not already open. Then I want you to grab the file called Volleyball Game 1, drag and drop it on your desktop. So who needs to take care of this? You do. My students will need to pass the flash drive around every hour and make this happen. I will not supervise this happening. We'll just have a drop-dead due date by which you will have to have these files on your computer so you can edit. As soon as you get them on your computer, start editing immediately. Let's not mess around. We only have a few weeks before the end of school, and I'm so excited to play with this new program. If you don't have Premiere Rush installed, go to the Creative Cloud, find Rush, click on install it. If you do have it installed, it should pop up in your menu under A because why? It's an Adobe program and Adobe loves to put their name at the beginning. So double click on Rush. It's going to take forever to open up. You're going to see lots of stuff right here. Don't worry, you bought it. Oh, here we go. Let's create a new project. And where do I want to find it? Go to desktop. And let's look for Volleyball Game 1. Looks like click and create. And here it is as one big long clip. Now you'll look, mine is called Untitled Sequence 01. I don't like that title. It's a little bit vague, yeah? So as I start, the only way I know how to give this a name is to click on Home. It'll take you back to your main menu. Go down here. You see the 3 dots? Yeah. Rename. Yeah, put your name on it, if I can type right. Steve Hepler Volleyball. So put your name, first name, last name, yes, capitalize both, and then space, dash space, and then volleyball, and then rename. So then double click. I'm sure I'll find a different way to rename as we go, but whatever. We want to get rid of all of the boring stuff in between the plays. I like to edit it like an ESPN highlights reel. I don't put music on it because, as you can see, this is like 30 minutes of rough footage. And this is just one volleyball game from start to finish out of a 3-game match. There are 2 different parts of your screen as you look. First, up here, this is your view screen. This is where you see the video as we watch it. Your timeline is down here. This is where you'll be making all the cuts, deleting the things you don't need, adding the transitions, and all of that cool stuff. So let's start with, how do you play the video? Very good question. Hit your space bar and your video will begin. Don't forget your volume control is down here in the bottom right if you just click on the speaker. I'm turning my volume all the way down so that you can hear me instead of the crowd cheering. You may want to turn yours up so you can hear a little bit of background sound. I'm going to come over here to my timeline. I'm going to hit my space bar and the game starts. So I want to start right before first serve. So all of this stuff we don't really need, do we? So I'm going to watch it until right before we serve the ball. And notice how the camera's like zooming out, and I'm just looking for, okay, where's the ball? Who's doing the stuff? We also want to get rid of camera work where I'm zooming out or zooming in or trying to get ready for the next shot. We want the camera work to be steady. We want the camera to follow the ball. I'm getting ready. I'm putting the server up against the left-hand border right before she serves. I'm going to pause it by hitting my space bar. Once that happens, to trim off all that stuff we just saw, like a minute and 2 seconds worth of it, right? As long as your timeline is highlighted, and if your timeline isn't highlighted, just click on it, right? Hit the letter S. S is for split. Click on the part that you just split off, and then hit your delete key up in the top right-hand corner. Guess what? It goes away. Now let's hit play and see. It should start right before we serve the ball. So hit your space bar for play. Right, it's right before the serve. Cool. I want to show you a transition. I want to fade in. Look at your right-hand corner up in the top right corner. See the lightning bolt? Click on that. Transitions are going to pop up on your screen. If it's like this, transitions is the menu you want. Now, the one I'll have us use time after time is called dissolve. And if you've had me before, you know I'm stuck on a half-second dissolve. Guess what? 0.50 seconds. Rush automatically sets that time for a half second. So click on the dissolve, drag it, drop it at the beginning, and let go. Now, if we hit our spacebar, will it fade in? Yes. First serve, we watch the ball go over the net. We want to follow the action with the camera. I'm not going to stop the shot until about 2 seconds after the ball hits the ground, because I want us to see the whole play from start to finish. I want to split and cut out all of the stuff in between plays. But see how the timeline isn't orange because I moved my cursor off? I want to move back and click it. Now if I hit the S for split, watch what happens. It splits it off. Now let's hit play. I'm going to get rid of all the stuff in between the shots. Notice the timer's still going. So it rolls across. The other team gets it right before they serve. I'm going to click S again. Now, here's the tricky part. You see how everything is super duper tiny over here? There are 2 video clips, but they're so small we can't see them. Look for this slider at the bottom. If I move it to the left, will that make the clips look bigger? Yeah, it will. So the slider at the bottom is what you want so that you can see things bigger. So is this all the junk we want to get rid of? It looks like it. Notice how I'm grabbing this blue line. The blue line is called the playhead. That shows you what you're looking at. So it looks like it comes to the end of that clip. Yup. And this is the stuff that we want to get rid of, right? So we click on it and then just hit your delete key up in the top. Grab your dissolve. Add it. Do we have a stop here too? Nope, that looks good. So we follow the ball with your eyes. Okay, the ball just hit the ground. 1, 2. Sometimes you want to watch for the line judges. Make sure that we get them in there as well because they do the calls and the signals with their hands. Sometimes it's good to wait until they're done doing their thing. All right, here's something fun that I've noticed. When I click off of my playhead, like I had the timer right here at about 20 seconds, but I clicked over here. So anytime you click in the timeline, your playhead is going to move. So if you've watched something, but you have to click back in your timeline, sometimes you have to watch it a second time. Or if you immediately click that S button for split, it will always split right where the playhead is right here. So if I hit S for split, then we can watch the stuff in between the shots and do the same thing over and over and over again. Right before she serves, I'm going to back it up a little bit. Is when I want to do what? Is when I want to split. That's an S. Click on the stuff in between the plays, hit delete, grab your dissolve, add it. And that's really all you need to know to cut your video into pieces, get rid of the stuff you don't need, add those cross dissolves so that the seams between the shots are good. Coming up soon, I'll show you how to add music and graphics. But that's it for today. You are awesome. See you later. Bye-bye.